Hello, everyone. It's great to be here with you. I'm having my morning coffee here in Northern California in the Bay Area, and I know we have a team all around the world as well as a community. I'm Kelsey McGuire, CGO at Shardeum, and we will be talking through some of our Q4 2024 updates today. We'll be covering our usual agenda with marketing, business, people, DevRel, ecosystem, and tech. We will be introducing an exciting new team member that many of you all also know about already, as well as covering some quick updates and wrapping up with a question and answer section. So we'll kick it off with some of our growth updates from my team. So we've seen many blogs on the website. We're reworking some of the content strategy, but these have been really great to have in both text and audio format. We've seen 109 submissions in the Shardeum is Borderless program. So thank you to anyone who's submitting and supporting all of our content programs. The blockchain basics page went live where you can check out some of the fundamental blockchain and Web3 concepts and do a little bit more learning over there. The blockchain quiz, we saw a lot of participants there at 87,000. So thank you for taking that quiz. And we've been working on lots of videos for the ITN quests, the validators, and faucets. So proof of community, the team and our community leaders were hard at work with 20 events in 20 cities across 8 countries. So truly a global effort here. We saw a lot of activity on social as well with submissions in Anyone Can Run a Node contest on Twitter/X, and we've seen 85,000 members in the Shardium Telegram group. So really appreciate everyone's participation there. In terms of some of our global announcements and events, we had, of course, our exciting CTO hire announcement, and we'll have more on that later. But we saw coverage in Markets, Business Insider, as well as Blockchain Magazine. So it was really great to get out there in that way. We had over 15 million transactions on ITN3, and we're able to make a splash about that. And then also participated in Bazinga's digital asset event in New York City, where I was a speaker along with a really great group of panelists. So as we've been driving so much traffic towards our quests and efforts around ITN3, we have been driving less to our traditional channels like website and blog. So that explains some of those numbers there. And we have been seeing some small increases in Twitter, YouTube, Discord, and Telegram. Overall, we're really excited about the growth we've seen and that huge level of participation in our incentivized testnet quests, which is what we've been focused on. That Discord, members up by 1% has brought us to a grand total right before this call of 704,218 people. So we're really excited to see that. And then coming soon, we have our first proof of community meetups in Ukraine, Germany, and South Korea. So if you're in those areas, we hope you can attend. We will also be sharing a very exciting update for validators, which is that the team has been very hard at work preparing for a node sale. I know you probably have lots and lots of questions. We will have more to share in the coming weeks, but please stay tuned to our social channels and we will be able to share the date and like all those other details like I mentioned soon. And now handing it over to Shazad.
Thank you, Kelsey. Sorry, I had some difficulty with my connectivity here. We have a blizzard going on in Dallas, and the temperature, which is one of the rarities here, is in the minus. But I'm here. Thank you very much for being a part of our quarterly update, and we look forward to your support. And it has been amazing to see some of you folks in some of the travel destinations. I've been attending conferences. We were at DevCon 2024, and the participation there was just humongous. Huge teams from Southeast Asia, from APAC, as well as India. It was great to meet some of our partners. VCs and projects who are extremely eager to see Shardium go live very soon. I was also at Emergence in Prague, which was held by Foresight Ventures and the block. Great to meet some folks there as well as see the huge interest in Shardium. We also participated in the India Blockchain Week, which was again an extremely large show at Bangalore. Um, so we have had a few major things, come about. We finished two rounds of the bug bounty, and the third bug bounty is announced. Thanks again to all those who participated in the first two, and the third one is live. So do join us and see if you can help us clear any of the last remaining bugs that may be on the network, so we can go live as soon as possible. We also have an upcoming security audit that's part of our coming soon. We're looking at starting the audit in the February timeline so that we can be ready towards the end of Q1 for our uh, going live. And we also have, like Kelsey mentioned earlier, a very exciting node sale coming up, and more details of that will follow in the next week or so. We are targeting an early start. So in the next 2 to 3 weeks, we definitely want to launch the node sale, and this is going to be extremely exciting for all those people who have supported us. And we look forward to have you become a part of this as well. In terms of exchanges, we already have 7 exchanges with us. We're looking at growing that to about another 6. So, making between 12 and 14 the number to launch with. That's what we are focusing on. And these would cover all major geographic regions as well as, the better known names in the top 10. Um, what else have we been doing? We've been working with a lot of node providers to ensure that we have nodes available to our community at extremely good prices. And we also have some agreements coming up with the top two cloud providers. We will be on their websites with a one-click implementation, and that will be announced very soon in the next few weeks as well. So with that, let me hand out to Will, who's sitting here before our people ops. Will, over to you.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Will Smith from the People Ops team. Not that Will Smith, obviously, but I'm here representing the People Ops team. Jeremy, our VP of People Ops, he has a mean case of laryngitis right now, so I'll be giving the update here. So to just kick this off, we're hovering at a total team size of right around 50 at the moment. We've had 7 new team members over the last, let's say, 5 months or so since September. Most of that growth is on our engineering team, and that growth also includes the aforementioned Srini, our new CTO, who you're going to hear from in just a minute, which is super exciting. So we're going, as we continue to implement Srini's new vision here for our engineering team, we do have a few new roles that we're launching that we're going to highlight here today. We are looking for a lead or a principal level engineer to help with our EVM based smart contract platform implementation. So someone with some very solid EVM experience and expertise for that particular role. It's a very exciting role to help lead that particular implementation. We're also starting to build out a brand new site reliability engineering team to help with stability, and that's a super exciting initiative for us. And we've got a couple of positions, one here in the United States, one here in the North American time zones, and one over in the APEC time zones to help with that particular again initiative. The SRE function is going to be super exciting for us. Take a look at job descriptions. They're posted on our career site. You can apply for those roles there. We'll also be aggressively expanding the team across all functions post mainnet, not just engineering. So keep an eye out for that. Stay tuned for that. Here's the people at Shardeum.org is a good way to contact us, and there's our career site. You can find that on our regular site. There are plenty of links to that. We've also got these jobs posted in a few different places. So let's hear from Srini. Srini, you want to go ahead and do a quick introduction?
Sure. Hello, everybody. I hope you can see me. My name is Srinivasan. I'm the CTO at Shardeum. I joined about less than 6 months ago. It's been really exciting. I'm very delighted to be part of this amazing team. I'm looking forward to putting Shardeum on the map. Thank you. I'm really looking forward. So like Will said earlier, we are looking for good people. If you or anybody else you think fits the role, please reach out to us.
Yeah, a lot of new initiatives happening on the CT or happening on the engineering side, and Srini's running all that, bringing his vision to Shardium. So a very exciting time for us. Now let's throw this over to Sonia next for an update from her end.
Thanks, Will. Hi, everyone. I am Sonia, part of the developer relations team, and I'm super excited to share what we have been up to recently and what's coming next. There's a lot to cover, so let's jump right in. A major highlight from our team has been the release of new Shardium Validator installer. The installer is now fully Docker based, supporting Windows, Mac, and Linux. It's much faster. It's designed to save you time and effort while running the node. Next, we have completely revamped the GUI design. The new design is sleek, consolidating everything into a single page instead of multiple tabs. The new design is cleaner and much more user-friendly for everyone. Next is we have extended our JSON RPC APIs to expose more network data, providing developers with deeper insights when we are building on Shardium. With that, we have also updated the documentation to make it easier to find the information you need whenever you're running a node or building something on Shardium. On the community side, we have recorded and published 5 YouTube tutorials, hosted 8 built-in public live streams attended by 150 plus participants, and partnered up with Women in Blockchain Talks at London to host monthly mini class on the Shardium blockchain. And as always, Shardium continues to grow as a collaborative project, and we have hit some exciting milestones. We reached 28,000 stars on GitHub and received 4 pull requests from our community contributors. Thank you everyone for your contributions. Our team also participated in India Blockchain Week in Bangalore, where we had a fantastic time connecting with developers and the broader blockchain community. Behind the scenes, as Shehzad mentioned earlier, we have been actively working with our launch partners to ensure everything is on track for a smoother rollout. Stay tuned for more updates as we get closer to this exciting milestone. Now, let's talk about what's coming next. We are working on the partnership with centralized exchanges. Um, Next, to welcome new developers in the community, we are introducing more good first issues on GitHub. We are also working on expanding resources to make building on Shardium easier. This includes detailed documentation, step-by-step guides, online learning materials for developers at all levels, tutorial videos, and starter templates to help you kickstart your projects. Lastly, we want to make sure that all developers feel supported. We will be offering mentorship and hands-on for new developers to foster learning and growth opportunities. And I'm very, very excited for the coming months. That's it. Updates from the developer relations team. And now I'm handing it over to Andrew.
Thank you. All right, so I'm actually just filling in for Chris Chabot today. Wanted to talk about some technical details of the new installer. So not too long ago, Chris was looking at our project as a whole and realized some significant areas for improvement in our installer. So he jumped on that project and re-implemented it for us. Fortunately, there were a lot of things in line with his background that allowed us to get some big advantages there. So it's a rewrite, and it changes things up so that we have a much more consistent environment for where we're when we build our Docker containers, that process is no longer happening each time when you install it on your own client. That's happening in our build servers now. So that's going to bring a lot of benefits to the community. So the installs are much faster because we're not rebuilding it on the fly. This also, along with other work that was put into this, allows us to support ARM, Mac, and Windows now, and we still support Linux. So it's great to have a much wider variety of validators. And the the builds that the community gets will be much more in line with what we've been testing as well, due to these under the hood changes and how the process works. There are also some improvements for the development team as well, and we're able to get more consistent QA and security testing out of this. It also solves one that's dear to me, in that there was a logging issue that had existed for a while in the past, where sometimes when a validator would get reset or restarted, we'd lose the logs and it would make it difficult to get forensics. But that's been solved just by the way this has been reworked. And that's already paid benefits. We've already been able to figure out some bugs because of this update. And there have been security improvements to the process as well. And also, yeah, we just the image consistency has been fantastic for us. So yeah, big thanks to Chris on this. And I will now hand it over to Srini.
So I just want to talk a little bit about this this roadmap. I just want to emphasize that we have a plan, and as you can see on the screen here, we have been sort of hitting the goals that we set for ourselves pretty consistently. We had ITN 3, which is now which ended, and then we implemented the code freeze, which essentially means that we have frozen all feature development for in getting ready for mainnet, and that happened last month. And then we launched the fourth incentivized testnet, ITN 4, which is still ongoing. And we're going to do so as you can see on the top line here, we are like, we have been pretty much hitting all the milestones that we set for ourselves. So I think that's the key takeaway here. And as we go down this path, as you can see, there's a few more boxes to hit, milestones to hit before we get to mainnet launch. But our record has been pretty good so far. So I think we hope to hit all these milestones as we move on this path. So that's so the takeaway here is that we have a plan. We're going to stick to the plan, and we're going to execute on the plan. And if there's any changes in the plan, we'll let the community know. But this is the plan as we move forward. Okay. So thank you. So since we launched ITN 4, some of the metrics have been astonishing. We have, as you can see here, we have over 60,000 participants. We have clocked over 10 million transactions. We've hit 1,000 transactions per minute. And this ITN 4 is probably the best incentivized testnet that we have ever had. So this is very encouraging news, and we're hoping to continue building on this success. Let me quickly talk about what went into ITN 4. What's new in ITN 4? We can put them into three buckets. On the performance bucket, we have a significant improvement in how we synchronize nodes as they come into the network and how long they stay, and how they're rotated out. We've changed the algorithm that how nodes rotate in and out, and so that's been a significant change in the speed and reliability of the network. And you can see that in ITN 4, it's been pretty smooth sailing since we launched it. We have also addressed several security vulnerabilities that we have collected over the couple of bug bounty programs that we've had in the past. And a lot of those have been addressed in this ITN 4. We also are in the process of rotating in a change where we are dynamically adjusting the participation of nodes that are under provision. So we have a few of those nodes, and we have a spec out there that says this is the minimum requirement for running a node. But if some of the nodes don't meet that spec, then they will get rotated out. So we're in the process of rolling that out as we speak. We're also making changes to the GUI and other things the users will see in the community. So hopefully all of that will continue to keep improving that as we go along. But this is a ITN4 looks very stable at this moment, and we are hoping to build on that. That's pretty much it. Over to you, Kelsey.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Srini, for sharing some of those details and our awesome goals that we have moving forward. And now we're in the question and answer section. Our first question is going over to Shazad, and is focused on the details of airdrop phase 1 of testnet. So the question is, what are the further details regarding airdrop phase 1 of the testnet, which was expected to be released during the Atomium testnet?
So we are right now collecting all the data, relevant data, to ensure that we are able to do that as soon as possible. And hopefully we'll be announcing a date and a timeline on that very quickly. So look for more news at this end, and that should be coming your way very, very soon.
Cool. Thank you, Shazad. The next question I can take, it says, could you share more details or hints about the upcoming announcement for validators mentioned in the tweet? We were talking about the node sale that we have coming up. So all the teams have been working really, really hard on this, and we'll announce more details via all of our channels really soon. The next question is also for Shazad. It's, what is the total amount of SHM allocated for the ITN validator task? Or why has only 3 million SHM been allocated, to the incentivized testnet? Could you shed a little light on that for us, Shazad?
Sure. So what is important to understand is, what is the total number of SHM available, for Shardeum. We are a deflationary network, which means that we will have a limited number of tokens available for distribution. And we are capped at 508 million tokens in total. Of these, 51% will be used for staking. So there's only 49% available in total. Of the 49%, which equates to roughly about 249 million, we have allocated 3 million plus for the ITN phase, which by a number or as a percentage is a significant number. So we will, we hope that we, get a status of to be among the top few in the blockchain world. But it will also mean that our token should accelerate very quickly. And that means that, the valuation will be very different from somebody who launches a token at, say, 5 cents, as opposed to what we're doing at Shardeum. So the number might look lower as compared to other chains, but in terms of a percentage, it is definitely much, much higher.
Cool. Thank you for that, Shazad. Our next question is for Srini. We saw that beautiful graphic earlier, which was the goals roadmap. So the question is, according to the updated goals roadmap, will the mainnet launch take place in Q1 2025? What do you think, Srini?
As we just did our feature code trees, and we have a bug bounty coming up. We also have an audit coming up. We are hoping to hit all the milestones on the roadmap, and obviously that's the plan. So we'll let you know as soon as we are ready to launch mainnet. But as you saw on the roadmap graphic, there's a few boxes along the way between now and the mainnet launch proposed. So we are hoping to hit all of those. Please stay tuned.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, it's been exciting to work with Srini since he joined and see how we're progressing through each of those different steps, and we will keep the community very much updated. Similarly, another question for Shazad is, when TGE?
That is the multi-billion-dollar question. But like Srini said, we have our goals and our roadmap, which we are effectively working with. And our intent is to have it in the next few months. Can I put a date on it? This is software being developed, and unfortunately, it's extremely impossible to put a date on something which is as fluid as this. But our goal and our intent is to be there, early end first quarter, early second quarter. That's what we are shooting towards. So Srini, don't hold me to this. This is, I think we can definitely do this, given a few things falling into place. As you looked at our timeline, our next phase right now is after ITN4, we get into our last round of security audit. And beyond that, we should be ready to go live. Srini?
Yep, I agree.
Great.
So I
go ahead, Shazad.
once again wanted to thank all the the VCs, everybody who's been associated with Shardeum for all their patience and for being supportive, despite the delays we have had. I wish this was under our control and we could have resolved it, but we are here and we're working hard to get this to mainnet. So thanks again.
Great. Thank you, guys. Our next question's for Andrew. So this question is, will the requirements to run a node remain the same on mainnet as they are on testnet? So take it away, Andrew.
Got it. Thank you. Well, we have specs posted for what we want people to run for our ITN network, and we haven't posted the official mainnet specifications yet. Those will come a little closer to mainnet. However, I'm expecting those to still be very close to what people are running on ITN. Because we're built from the ground up to be horizontally scalable, these instances are very modest. It's if you're self-hosting, okay, and you have cores that are like less than 10 years old, a 4-core system's all right. If you're hosting on a cloud somewhere with newer-ish Xeons or AMD processors, maybe 2 vCPUs is fine. Actually, again, we support ARM now as well, so that would 2 CPUs there, 16 gigs of RAM. So these are very modest servers compared to other networks, and so I think the ability for people to run these is going to be very good. We're still actually getting very valuable data from the ITN process. So big thanks to everyone that is running validators, and that does help us with nailing down the exact minimum specs. And I think it was Srini mentioned a little bit earlier in his update about a process that will, like if validators come online and they're running, very poorly, the network will have them like rotate through the system quicker if they're not keeping up. And I think we're very likely to also package a benchmark tool as well to make it easier for people to just say, hey, I want to see, like, does this instance meet a benchmark? Not an exact promise on that yet, but I think it's pretty likely, and that'll also help people with what they're looking at running. And I think one other last bullet point that will come up will be like when we put out our min specs for, like, say we're saying 4 cores if you're self-hosting, but or 2 cores if it's on a cloud instance. Those cores need to be like mostly available to the validator. So if that's like a shared instance and those cores are already 90% saturated by some other process on the machine, then that'll make it harder for the validator to keep up. But things like our benchmarking in other systems will help that, plus all the data we gather from ITN. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, Andrew, for sharing those details. And I have one final question for Andrew, and then Srini, if you want to jump in as well, is when dApps smart contract testing?
Yes. So right now, the big focus is on mainnet. And so we do want to put up a test network that will support dApps and smart contract testing. And I think, I'll like Srini take, so we don't have the information on that just yet, or maybe Srini can expand on that.
No, I think the only thing I want to say is that Andrew is spot on. We definitely have that on the roadmap. The plan is to execute the roadmap. And so please stay tuned. It will be either with mainnet or shortly thereafter, but that's the plan. We want to execute the plan that we have in front of us.
I am very excited for us bringing that network back though for testing, because I think that's what really excites people a lot and brings them to the project. And I know when I'm like walking around the neighborhood or sitting in a car or something, thinking about horizontally scaling smart contracts is something that stays in the back of my mind. it's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Cool. Well, that wraps up our question section. Thank you all so much for hopping on and answering, and to the community that was asking the different questions. We really appreciate it. And I just want to kind of extend a huge thank you to our supporters, to the members of the community, to honestly my awesome colleagues as well, as I know we're really working hard to move this forward and get through all of those boxes on the goal roadmap and make sure that the marketing and business side of Shardeum is a success as well. So thanks everyone, and we will see you at the next one. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.